we happen to sit down with one of the most dangerous men in America. CTS, Lil Wick, how you living?
I'm alright, man. I'm alright.
Let's get that mic right in there. You got a little quiet voice, so let's just start here.
I'm alright, man. I'm chilling.
How you living? Is this your first time in LA?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. We got you
Only
turned
other place
out.
I've been to is Chicago.
Right.
Yeah, because I seen in the
place I've been to.
I seen you said you don't really leave the city, right?
Yeah, not for real. Unless I got a reason to. It's emotion somewhere, you know.
What you went to Chicago for?
It was like a few years ago. It was for a ride. It was like called Lean Back Chirac.
Lean Back Chirac?
Yeah, Lean Back Chirac. It was like a motorcycle ride.
Oh, all right. You be riding motorcycles?
Yeah, I was riding a motorcycle. I ain't rode no motorcycle recently, but yeah, I was riding a motorcycle.
You were into that whole scene for a while?
I mean, I never really was into the bike life scene or nothing, but I was just kind of getting into it. I had a bike, so I was just riding it, you know.
How many days are you in LA?
Huh?
How many days are you in LA?
How many days have I been in LA?
Or are you going to be in total? Yeah.
3. Yeah, 3.
What are you planning on getting into? We got to make sure we got to protect them from the whippet dealers and everything.
For real,
I ain't
right?
with no whipping, man.
Like, you ain't doing the whippets?
I mean, I ain't with them, nah, but I ain't never really seen nobody do them.
It's so popular in LA that I feel like anyone who comes here, I have to like warn them, like stay away from the whippet dealers.
I ain't with them.
All right, good.
How many days you been out here so far?
I've been out here since the 3rd. I just got here yesterday.
Oh, yesterday, all right.
Nice. You appreciate it out here, or are you?
Yeah, I like it out here. It's different. Yeah, it's different.
What is it about it? Just the vibe?
I mean, the trees, the vibe for real. The people is different. It ain't like St. Louis, you know.
For sure.
Louis more. I don't know.
Right, but what is so special about St. Louis? I don't think I ever even been there. It's like
I ain't been to St. Louis.
I don't think so. I got to plan a trip.
I mean, what's special about it? I mean, it's good things about St. Louis and there's bad things about St. Louis. We got some good food. We got Chinaman, Emos and shit like that. Emos is the pizza, St. Louis style pizza. Yeah, we got some little shit in St. Louis, but it's a lot of bad shit going on in St. Louis too.
You say bad shit like the drill scene and shit? The drill scene going crazy right now, ain't it?
But I feel like if there was no drill scene, you'd be saying that is a negative towards St. Louis. Like I feel like the music scene being thriving, it's like regardless of the negativity that might come with it.
It's a good thing and a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's pros and cons to it, you know.
Definitely. So, all right, tell us a little bit about your upbringing and what your childhood was like.
My childhood, I mean, it was all right. My peoples was on, on drugs and shit. It was cool though, like.
Your mom and dad?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad though, like, they still did what they had to do and shit like that. Like my old dude still did what he had to do. He wasn't f***ed up out here or nothing like that, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it was all right. It wasn't,
I mean, people think you can't live like a manageable life while doing hard drugs, but I've definitely known some people throughout my life and on the podcast even who you're talking to them and they're like, yeah, my mom and dad do meth and they got regular jobs and they be smoking meth.
I mean, I've seen some people like do pills and shit and still be productive.
Right.
Like they are still, they still get their bag and shit. They still take care of their family, their kids or whatever they gotta do. But it's some just let that shit f them up. After time, I feel like that shit gonna f you up either way though. It might not get a hold of you right away, but that shit probably will f you up either way.
What kind of drugs were they on?
Meth, they was on meth and shit. Shit like that.
Yeah, some people drink coffee, some people smoke meth. I'm not gonna say it's
I
equal.
just smoke weed. That shit dead.
But,
I don't even like drinking for real.
Right.
I drink when Brendan give me the drink like that. Go ahead and hit the bottle, or a female like want me to hit the bottle or something. Other than that, I don't even be drinking for real. I just be smoking.
When did you notice like your parents were like doing drugs? Because at first you probably thought it was normal.
Yeah, I was little. I just remember asking one of my friends like, "What's that? What's this?" On some shit I seen, something I pointed out like, "What's that?" They got me hip on some shit. Ever since then, I knew on some shit,
But would you say overall your childhood was pretty good, or was there a lot of crazy shit that you saw from a young age?
I mean, I seen a lot of crazy shit, but it really didn't come from my parents for real. It really came from more me going outside and doing shit,
You grew up in a mostly black area?
Yeah.
And so how'd your parents end up living in that environment? Or did they like instruct you on that? Like, hey, you're a little different than most of the people that live here.
I don't know. I don't know how, I don't know. I don't know how I ended up there. How they ended up there or why I ended up there. I was just born over there, raised over there. So,
But do you remember them ever having a conversation with you about like, hey, you're white, so things are slightly different for you?
Not for real, no. Because it was still white people in the area too. It wasn't, So it wasn't that unnormal for me to be in that area.
Did you feel like bullied ever, or was that an issue?
I mean, I feel like most looked at me being white as a weakness, but it ain't never really been no weakness. But yeah, I feel like it was looked at as a weakness, you know. But they just had to learn the hard way.
You had to prove yourself type shit one day?
Shit like that, you know.
Yeah.
Really? So did anyone ever give you that advice? Like, hey, if someone disrespects you, you should probably just turn up, because otherwise, like, they're already going to kind of see you as potentially a weak spot.
Growing up, motherfuckers gave me that advice, but I ain't really need that advice. Getting older, you know, I ain't really.